guys, what's up and welcome back to my channel. My name is Betha. I'm really glad to have you here. Please do also hit the subscribe button before you leave, and also give this video a very big thumbs up at the end if you enjoyed watching it. Please subscribe to my channel, okay? Guys, I have quite a number of things I would like us to discuss in today's video, and I really don't know where to start from because it's just a lot. Since yesterday, I've just been processing a lot of things. I've been taking in a lot of information, and it's almost like, better, your head is going to blow. The rate at which I was taking things personally yesterday, I'm never going to lie. I was like, better, what is your own? Wait to concern you for the matter. But first things first, let's start off with the Flutter wave task that the housemates had yesterday. I would say that the rain kind of affected Biggie because, of course, it affected everybody else. It rained heavily yesterday in Lagos. And, of course, if the housemates had other things Biggie wanted them to do, the rain prevented that from happening. So most of the things they did were indoors, you know, and it was more of a fun game, courtesy of Flutter wave. Now, first things first, the housemates were expected to do like a hide and seek kind of thing. You know how they'll go around the house hiding stuff, and it is safe to say that Neo is our Oga when it comes to hiding things. This boy legit went into the toilet to hide some of the clue cards that was given to them by Flutter wave to hide and everything. He put it behind the WC, and in my mind I'm like, how does this boy think of these places? You guys remember the last time? He was the one that hid all the duvets and stuff. I told you guys about it. Now, when they finished the aspect of hiding things here and there, which had their opposing teams going to try to look for those things and all, Biggie then asked them to move into the arena. Now, before I go on, let me read out the names of the housemates and just how they belong to groups and everything. So for group 1, we had Dorothy and Tricky T. For group 2, we had Ozo and Laycon. While for group 3, we had Neo, V, and Nengi, because of course the numbers are not equal anymore. So we had 2 people in 2 different groups, and then the last team had 3 people, you know. So when they went into the arena to have the whole balloon pit game thing and all of that, guys, that one was even the most interesting one for me. I'm like, Biggie, be like, say you say if you dey like when this housemates they play, it is sweet you now. Why they bring this kind of game? You know, Biggie actually brought a pit filled with balloons and all of that, and in that particular pit filled with balloons, there were actually plates with questions and all. So each team had to take turns to go into the pit and try to find as many plates with questions as possible. The more questions you answer about Flutter wave, the more points you have. But this obviously did not come so easy, you know. When a member of your team enters the pit trying to look for the plates with the questions and all, other team members are supposed to try to distract you using water guns. They shoot themselves. Yes, they're saying, now wow, now this kind of game is about the like, okay? Seriously, Biggie, turn on these adults. Anything we say now play, and there you go see me. You know, they had a lot of fun doing it. I mean, for Dorothy's team, it was actually Tricky that went to the pit of balloons. For Neo's team, it was Neo that went into the pit. And for Laycon's team, it was Laycon that went into the pit. It was such a fun game. And guys, the question and answer part was the part that I'm like, yo, when they say this boy, Laycon, is a god in a human body, when they say he's an icon, nobody should even be arguing because he just didn't answer the question. He go say, true, false, yes, no. I say, brother, relax. We don't say you know this Flutter wave like the back of your hand. Bros, relax. Then the part that killed me was when they were supposed to sing a song that had the word pay in it. You know, for a split second, Ozo and Laycon had no idea of the song to sing. Now, when it was time for them, V, they actually had the same question. And you know, V was quick to sing, bitch, but I have my money. Pay me what you owe me, you know, so obviously there was paying it. Now it was time for Laycon. Laycon had no clue as to what to sing, and I was in my sitting room shouting, Laycon, sing this song. I think I actually gave him a song idea, like saying go hear me. Guys, let me just insert that video for you guys. My God, don't pay. Oh my God, I wish you could hear me. Thank you. Did you hear the way I was shouting? I felt like, Laycon, just listen to me. My God, don't pay. You know, but then again, after a few seconds, he picked up and a song came to his mind and all of that. So yeah, that was actually fun for me. I'm not sure Biggie has mentioned any winner whatsoever. If he has, let me know in the comment section, but I doubt, because this particular one they had, this particular task I'm telling you guys about, happened at night, you know. So after the game, some of the housemates went to lie down, some of them went to cook and all of that. So I don't think Biggie has actually announced, okay? Now, moving on to the most important aspect of this video, it would be the media rounds between KIDDWAYA and Prince. Of course, you guys are aware that every time a housemate is disqualified or evicted or whatnot, you have to go for media rounds. And the first thing I actually want to mention here is the fact that it almost seemed like Prince now just follow come, you know, just they follow KIDDWAYA everywhere, because all the questions which they just they ask now, KIDDWAYA they just they ask questions. I'm like, as they just turned my priest to boy. It didn't make sense. I feel like these interviewers need to do better. Like, 2 people came for an interview. You can't ask one person question. Can't they leave the other one? I say that one a house boy. I don't really understand. Priest also has things to say, so they should ask him questions. Yes, I'm taking it P. Anyway, that was FD, but let's talk about the interview proper. I feel like the only interviews I like to take seriously, the only interviews I like to pay a lot of attention to, is the one the evicted housemates have with Ebuka. Now, the reason I'm saying this is because before they speak to any other person, they get to speak to Ebuka, and of course they say things exactly how they feel, undiluted, without being influenced by whatever their managers or whosoever has to say to them about the other housemates. So let's just talk about the interview KIDDWAYA had with Ebuka. I'm going to try and leave the link to the full interview in my comment section and maybe in my description box as well, but then let's just have like a general conversation. Okay, Ebuka had asked KIDDWAYA what his intention was, you know, going into the house and all of that, like waiting carry you go biggest house, and he mentioned that he was there to network. He mentioned that he wanted to have fun. He also mentioned that he wanted to help the other housemates boost their talents and all of that, you know, but the key thing for him is the fact that he wants to have an NGO, you know, go into charity and all of that. Little wonder the father said that they were going to give half of the money to charity. I don't know, this is one they use or they do politics, but oh well, that is not the point of this video. Moving on. Then I got to the part where they were talking about Erica and, you know, just how he feels about Erica. And he's like, yeah, she's a smart girl, you know, she made me feel safe, she got my back truly, blah, blah, blah. You know, just the normal stuff that he had said before and all. Now they got to the point where they were talking about KIDDWAYA'S friendship with Laycon. And Ebuka was like, do you feel like you betrayed Erica by getting close to this guy, knowing fully well that part of the reason she was actually disqualified was as a result of the issues she had with him? And he was like, look, I'm a man. I'm a grown man at that. That's not a mature thing to do. I had no issues with Laycon from day one, so I'm not going to shun him and start creating issues where there is no issue. That's something I would never do. And I'm like, okay. I was really impressed with the answer he gave. Now at some point Ebuka asked him, okay fine, let's talk about the whole mental attraction thing and physical attraction thing. You guys know that Erica mentioned quite a number of times that, oh, she was physically attracted to KIDDWAYA, but she was mentally attracted to Laycon. And in fact, she even used the mental attraction, so if they abused the Laycon that day when they fight and everything. Now Ebuka asked KIDDWAYA what he had to say about that, and guys, let me just insert the video.
Almost like you were not mentally attractive or not cerebral enough for her.
I did not care about anything to do with that. I even told her at the time, I said, look, if you want me, you and Laycon can sit down and talk about whatever issue you guys have. I had no issue with Laycon, and I had no issue with Erica being friends with Laycon, and I felt no type of way her finding him mentally attractive. Like, the guy is smart, yeah. He's got a good brain, and he's a funny guy, so I respected him for that.
Apparently KIDDWAYA had no issues with that, and I know that there was a time he actually told Erica, see, let's go and sit down and talk, 3 of us, let's hash things out and all of that, but Erica wasn't going to have that kind of conversation. So yeah, I don't think that what he said at this interview was out of place. He did not have issues with Laycon. There was no issues whatsoever. They were really cool. I told you guys that Laycon even moved from his room to the room of love, you know, the room where KIDDWAYA sleeps and everything. You know, they will sleep there, him, KIDDWAYA and Neo, they would gist and then sleep off and everything. So they were actually really cool. I feel like the only reason KIDDWAYA did not get so close to Laycon when Erica was there was because he did not want to disrespect her. And I truly respect KIDDWAYA for that, because he really knew when to draw the line, he knew when to step back, he knew when to interfere, and you know, you could just see that he handled the whole Laycon and Erica issue in a very matured manner. To be honest, yeah, Ebuka had a lot of questions to ask KIDDWAYA about Ozo and Nengi's wahala, you know, about him being close to Nengi and also feeling threatened and all of that. They talked about all that stuff, but then the part I want to actually focus on right now is the part when Ebuka asked KIDDWAYA who he thinks will win. In his words, he said, I want Laycon to win, and I think he would win. Now, this version of the interview, like I said, was the one he granted before speaking to any third party. By third party, obviously, I mean his manager, friends, and family, whatnot. Now, when they now started going for their media rounds, story change. I said, low baton. They don't poison the mind for where Laycon did. I know a lot of you have been asking me, better, did Laycon say anything else? Did Laycon say anything else? Did Kayode hide something from us? Blah, blah, blah. Guys, as soon as I take Siam, as soon as I take Siam, I cannot remember any other time Laycon said negative things about KIDDWAYA. And let's get something straight here. When you get into a house filled with different people, there's a chance that you will form alliance with a few people the first few days. And obviously, there's a chance, a high chance, that you will talk about this person. Oh, it be like this person, Ben, go on, say, now, wow, why this one they look like that? You really do not know if you would end up being friends with that person. But guess what? You don't talk something. Now, these things are normal, especially in a place where you guys don't have any other thing to do other than to talk about other people, you know, gossip about them, laugh about them and all of that. So even if Laycon said anything, I don't think it would have been from a bad place. Now, this is not even me trying to defend Laycon or anything. I feel like anything most of these housemates said in the first, second week shouldn't be taken seriously, because at that point, they were just getting to know themselves and they must have said things. If I did that house, if I don't talk, that's a normal thing, you know. So I don't really see why this KIDDWAYA'S manager will carry some things on her head. And even if she feels like, okay, Laycon said things, why not come out and give us proof, give us receipt? Let us now say, oh yes, Laycon, you said you fuck up if you not talk this thing. But you're not showing us anything. You're just saying, oh, if KIDDWAYA knew all the things Laycon said about him, all these promises he's making to the guy, he's not going to make it. Auntie, give us receipt. That's all we ask. Show me, make I hear when Laycon talk, and I go say, okay, fine, Laycon, you fuck up. Case closed. You will not hear me discuss it again. But then if they just keep up with the whole, oh, Laycon said, Laycon did, Laycon said, Laycon did, then there's an issue, because you don't actually have proof. You're just saying things to make us hate the guy. But it not work, okay? It not work. It's too late for that. Guys, can you believe that this same KIDDWAYA that told Ebuka that Laycon is a smart guy, he has a good brain, he respects him a lot and all of that. Now this same KIDDWAYA, they talk for interview now, say, I'm not going to mention anyone's name here, so they will not use me to catch clout. Let them find their way and do their own thing. Make them do their side, make I do my side. I say, brotherly, don't reach like that. The interviewer had asked me a question about Laycon and stuff like that, and he's like, see, I can't keep mentioning their names. Let them not use me to catch clout. I say, since I've scattered out, I don't know. But then I also heard when KIDDWAYA said that yes, when they come out, I know I made a promise to them and all of that. When they come out, we'll pick it up from there. But for now, I don't want to talk about it. And just then I'm like, okay, maybe this guy might actually be a man of his words, because as much as his manager has told him stuff, fed him with a lot of stories and all of that, which I don't know if they are true right now. I'm not going to say she was lying or she was not lying, because I mean, I not really did that house 247, so I don't know until they bring receipts. But my point is, regardless of everything she said to him, he still feels like, oh, when they come out, we will have a conversation. But one thing I want you guys to actually know is whether or whether, is there a word like that? Whether KIDDWAYA helped Laycon or not, a star is a star. Okay, let's not get it twisted. It's just like me. Let me give you guys an example. This is not me comparing myself to Laycon or anything, but let me give you an example of how life works. Okay, now before my channel hit 1,000 subscribers, I struggled. Okay, 2 years on YouTube, I did not have up to 1,000 subscribers. Now all these subscriber counts you guys are seeing here, all of them started happening from last year February. Okay, so February I hit 1,000 subscribers, and I know a lot of YouTubers I reached out to. Please, let's collaborate, let's work together, let's do this. I'd like to work with you, you have like a good following, blah 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 blah. They turned me down. You know, some people were really rude about it. Some people even insulted me, like, I beg, go and build your channel first before coming to collaborate, which I did not take an offense to. Yes, I was pained, but I mean, I worked on myself, I got better, and here we are today. Now the reverse is the case. A lot of them actually want to work with me. Now am I going to now start saying, oh, you turned me down the other time, no way, I'm not working with you? It doesn't work like that. God has a purpose for every person. Whether or not people help you, if you're meant to get to a particular stage in your life, at the said time, at the appointed time, you will get there, whether people help you or not, you know. So I feel like all these housemates, when they come out, they will find their bearing one way or the other, except they are the lazy ones, so except they're the ones that chose not to use the platform. But as long as you have sense and you know what you are doing, you know why you got into the house in the first place, trust me, you will find your bearing, whether a fellow housemate helps you or not. So that one is not even something that I'm scared about. Oh, is he going to help Laycon? Or is he going to help Tricky T? Is he going to help V? Whether he helped them or not, they will all be fine, okay?
Because everybody that should talk that in the whole world key into say Bob, they go mad. Oh.
You know what? Yeah. First of all, with those three, I think will be dope. You understand? So I meant what I said. Okay. You understand? Yeah. But I want them to come out first, because I'm starting to learn new things as I'm watching the show now. I'm starting to hear.
As you come outside.
You understand? I'm starting to hear my name be mentioned in ways that.
So hold on. You try to say those names when they mentioned during the show, even when you did, and after you don't come on right now, you go dictate your relationship with them.
I don't mix business after they come out together, but I'm saying now that I'm outside, I'm seeing some people in a different way. Okay. So that I can't deny the talent of those three. I'll do something with those three as we sit down.
KIDDWAYA, I want to ask you this last question right now. Towards the end of the show, before you come on, we notice your relationship with Laycon come tight more.
Yeah, like romance.
Now when you talk this thing, you dey see that same relationship in a different light right now based on what you say you don't hear say they don't mention your name up and down?
A little bit. But it is not. I still respect it.
So what be that thing when you don't hear, when you don't really do okay? When
even now, I see him before I even enter this room. So
you see him now.
You gonna see him for Twitter now. You guys, you will see it now.
So I don't want something about you.
Now what you will see now.
Tell us before I go to. Not stress.
I don't want to mention anyone's name. I feel like now I'm mentioning the name they're growing themselves. You can't be using me to catch their own clout. So I'm not going to mention anybody else's made name. Yeah. Let them find their own way and do their own thing. Because me that's mentioning their name too much. They're growing like this. So everybody did their side. I did my own side. Magic did his own side.
Now the one thing I have to say is I feel like these managers need to do better. Okay, you should not just be focusing on the negatives. How about the positive things these other housemates said about KIDDWAYA and the rest of the housemates? Why are they always quick to say, oh, come on, let me show you what this person said? Because the thing is, when you show them that clip, it might be out of context. You will not take your time to explain to him that, oh, this is what had happened before he said this thing, or this is what had happened before she said this thing. You just be quick to say, oh, watch it. She said you are mad. She said your head is bent. She said this. He said this. I feel like that's, no, managers do better. Okay, look for the positives as well. At the end of the day, Big Brother Naija is a game. Okay, stop taking things p. Allow these housemates do what they want to do. Allow them make friends with people they want to make friends with. Stop creating enmity. You are not the celebrity. We don't know you. We don't know you. Allow them make their own choices. Guys, at this point, I feel like their own reunion is even going to be bloody because we thought that we had seen the height of it, with their Messi and Tacha and everything. But this one's subtle fight where we say they go just erase her from left, right, center. I know that my head is going to blow with a lot of information and I'm looking forward to it, to be honest. I cannot wait for them to start the reunion show, and you guys know that Ebuka is a brutal anchor. He's going to break all the remaining tables. Plenty tables don't already break, but Ebuka will scatter everything when remain for there. Okay? Anyways, guys, that's all the gist I have for you in this particular video. Let me know what your thoughts are about the interviews KIDDWAYA granted and just the responses he gave and all of that. Yeah, because I feel like we need to have a conversation. I need to know what you guys think about this whole situation because I cannot be the only one that is feeling this way. Okay? Thank you guys so much, and I will definitely see you on the next one. Mwah! Bye guys, no worry, this kiss not gonna blow anybody come up for a chair. Because I saw quite a number of people say, oh, better this your kiss, it will push us come up from chair. Don't worry, hold the chair tight because this kiss is always going to come to you. Okay? Bye guys.